Hey traders, welcome back. It is Thursday, January 29th, and this is the Market Movers After Hours report. Talk about an earnings hangover. Wall Street just wrapped up a brutal session today as Microsoft's shocking 11% crash sent shockwaves through the tech sector, dragging the Nasdaq down hard while the Dow barely hung on to positive territory. And this is funny because I'm just going to interject something here. Today was the last day of my 3-day options day trading boot camp. And one thing that I wanted to focus on this morning before we even opened up is I wanted to teach them about scalping. And so I said, we're going to focus on scalping just right at the beginning of the day today. And one of my students made $100 on just two contracts traded in 3 minutes. So 2 contracts, 3 minutes, $100 going long on NVIDIA right before it turned around and crashed for the next however many hours of the day. So it just proves to you that there's a lot of different ways you can trade and a lot of different ways that you can make money as long as you're quick and you pay attention to exactly what you see on the charts in front of you. So meanwhile, gold prices went completely parabolic, blasting past $5,500 an ounce to fresh all-time highs. This is apparently what happens when AI spending concerns collide with safe haven demand. So buckle up, everybody. Major indices today, the S&P 500 slipped 0.13% to close at 6,969, pulled down by the massive tech sell-off. Nasdaq also got hammered, dropping 0.72% as software stocks basically caved across the board. Only the Dow managed to squeeze out a tiny 0.11% gain to finish at 49,072, helped by old school industrials. Microsoft absolutely collapsed today, 11%, down 11%. Its worst day since March of 2020, despite beating earnings estimates. And this is one thing that I've been saying for the last couple weeks now. It seems like it's been a trend where certain stocks will announce earnings and they'll beat the earnings, and yet it still trades down the next day. So just because you see something has an earnings beat doesn't necessarily mean that you should just immediately jump into the upside the very next morning. Apple is something I'm going to talk about here in a minute. Same type of deal. So basically, big tech earnings created total chaos today. Meta surged 8% after Zuckerberg announced insane AI spending plans from 115 to 135 billion in CapEx spending for 2026, which is nearly double last year. But investors loved it because the revenue growth of 24% showed that the spending is actually working. And remember, that's the big kind of like push and pull. Is like people are wondering, is all this spending actually working? Usually when CapEx spending happens, people like that, but at the same time, they want to see that they're actually getting something for their money. So apparently people liked what they were seeing from Meta, so it surged 8% today. Tesla barely budged despite reporting its first ever annual revenue decline of 3%, with Musk pivoting hard towards robo-taxis and saying they'll make, quote, far more cyber cabs than all other vehicles combined. So some winners today. IBM absolutely exploded 7% higher on strong software growth, with revenue up 12% and its AI business book hitting $12.5 billion. Caterpillar also crushed estimates as AI data center demand drove a 23% surge in power generation equipment sales, though they warned tariffs will cost them $2.6 billion in 2026. Gold prices rocketed past $5,500 per ounce to yet another record high as the dollar weakness continues and geopolitical tensions with Iran escalate. The precious metal is up over 25% since early 2025. Silver is also going nuts, trading near $110 after surging 80% in just 50 days. This is pure safe haven buying here. Donald Trump announced he'll reveal his Fed chair pick next week to replace Jerome Powell when his term expires in May. This could be market moving depending on who he chooses. Apple just announced an earnings beat right before I recorded this, but let's see if this means anything tomorrow. Like I just said, earnings beats don't guarantee that you're going to be trading higher the next day, so we'll see what happens tomorrow morning. So there you have it. Microsoft's 11% nosedive on AI spending fears, Meta proving that spending can work with an 8% surge, IBM and Caterpillar crushing it, and gold going absolutely vertical past 5,500, and Apple with an earnings beat. So the market is clearly split between AI winners and losers. And based on what happens tomorrow morning with Apple, we're going to see which camp Apple is in. So tomorrow, let's see if the tech sell-off has legs or if maybe the Apple earnings beat turns things around. So stay tuned. I'll see you tomorrow. Have a great night, everybody. Bye-bye.